I'm calling Cat. I'm calling Cat. Big Cat. I'm calling Big Cat. Like Crown Cat. I'm calling Cat. So Rory says, sorry, Rory. Maul says that he never thought about interviewing Drake. It never came across his mind. And I'm calling Big Cat. I swear I'm calling Cat. I'm calling Cat. Like Big Cat. We calling Cat, right? We calling Cat, right? Big Cat, right? Calling Big Cat. So we gonna get into that, man. Before we get into that legendary spill, this is Tortoise Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is on the screen, right there, right there. They call me a hidden gem, 1300 subscribers, over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,000. And yes, I'm the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Also, too, go to subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours, where I get it popping over there as well. So let's get to this, man, because I got a lot to say about this. A whole lot. All right, man. So let's get it.
Oh man, this is sad, you guys. Not gonna lie to you guys, I woke up this morning with a heavy heart for DJ Academics and Maul. These guys gotta sit back and watch their bestie Drake go give another interview to Bobby Altoff, who's a clout chaser, culture vulture, and most importantly, she's never defended Drake publicly, ever. The worst part is, Academics and Maul gotta sit there and act like it's all cool. Now, a couple days ago, after Bobby Altoff and Drake announced that they were doing a podcast interview once again, a lot of people, including Drake fans, said, why the fuck is Drake doing this? What's the reason? We've already seen the dynamic between you and Bobby. We know Bobby's not going to ask you any questions about music. Shit, the girl knows nothing about hip hop or anything. We do not want to watch you guys sit down for another hour and a half, having awkward conversations, having sexual tension with each other, and making corny inside jokes that nobody understands besides you guys and Chubbs.
I understand why people feel the way they feel about this thing here. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. There's something between them two. I think Drake really likes her. I don't know if he really like her to try to be with her, but there's something between them two. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he probably liked doing interviews with her. I think he might like her chemistry. You know what I'm saying? And I know people saying, oh, she ain't of the culture and all this stuff. Listen, man. It's a lot of people that's in this shit that ain't of the culture. I'm gonna tell you right now.
know you're not gonna sit down with any hip hop personalities, but why don't you go sit down with the two guys that's been fucking with you? The two guys that support you, the two guys that pretty much risk their careers for you. Oh, did I forget? The two guys that you also run to anytime you need a spokesperson or PR person in hip hop. Now, after watching Bobby and Drake announce their upcoming interview, Academics was so flabbergasted he couldn't believe it. The move made no sense to Academics, so much so that Ac said, you know what, nah, fuck it. This gotta be either a business move or Drake wants to clap Bobby Altoff cheeks again.
Yo, Drake, my brother. I think you're not reading the room here. You just went through one of the most horrifying rap battles of life, and the entire premise was trying to show or trying to say you're not someone of the culture, and you keep doing content with people who seemingly are not within hip hop. Okay? And I completely understand that. And by the way, I do kind of look at Drake like, bad timing again. Now, honestly, I think this is
I mean, do you really completely understand it? I don't think you do. I think you're just saying that because you want to be able to satisfy your fans on your page, but you also want to be able to not piss Drake off. But there's a weird dynamic between these four: Bobby, Academics, Maul, and Drake. And I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second. Because I think there's something that everybody's overlooking. And it's kind of crazy. But I'm gonna let him talk and then I'm gonna get to it.
Great business move. I just think it's bad timing. I think Drake, like, again, I could be wrong. I haven't asked him about it. It's no way he doesn't own a part of this podcast or the company that owns this podcast or is giving this woman an opportunity. With all due respect, Bobby Altoff is not a talented person. With all due respect. There is a lane for her to flourish, but especially within the lane that she is trying to cannibalize off of, without Drake walking her through the door, now, not once, but twice, she is not as effective. No one really wants to sit with her.
Well, you can't say that she's not effective, number one, because you're talking about her. Number two, you can't say that he walked her through the door. What door did he walk her through? You know what I'm saying? Is Drake really messing with hip hop like that? Absolutely not. Because if he was, I'm not even going to include y'all. Look at all the other hip hop outlets that he could have did stuff with. I honestly think Drake don't really want to do anything with anybody of any substance, of any notoriety, because number one, he wants to claim that a person wasn't nobody, and then he blew them up. That's what he's been doing all his whole career, claiming that he's been helping people get to a certain point in their career. I think the reason why he don't want to do an interview with you and an interview with Maul is because y'all would say that that's not true because y'all already was established. You get what I'm saying? So this is probably what it is. I'm saying you get what I'm saying. Like he actually can reply. You know what I'm saying? He's not even here. But y'all know what I'm saying.
Comes across as either condescending or absent-minded. She doesn't do great interviews, but you are doing what we've accused Jay of doing. Giving someone a cultural key that maybe we don't think should even be a cultural visitor. So now
people feel that way about Drake. So when you say stuff like, when you say stuff like he's giving her a cultural key to come in, people feel like Drake isn't a part of the culture. So how is he giving her a cultural key? You ever thought that maybe Drake isn't trying to do this for hip hop? Maybe Drake is doing this for himself. Maybe Drake likes to talk to her. You ever thought that? Maybe it's just Drake's like, look, I'm not doing hip hop like that no more. I'm just going to go over here with whoever likes me. I'm going to go over here and whoever likes me, and I'm going to leech or whatever I got to do off of them. Maybe that's what he's doing. I totally disagree with y'all thinking that Drake is bringing her into hip hop. Because that would imply that Drake is of hip hop when he has an active lawsuit that goes directly against what hip hop stands for. So I totally disagree with that. With you and whoever else saying that he's giving her a cultural key to come in. And last time I checked, the culture was feeling that Drake wasn't a part of the culture. Sorry.
You've told them they could live here. Drake has to, like, and I've spoken to many people about it. They're like, yo, no, Drake must be trying to fuck her. If Drake is doing this to try to fuck this chick, he's too horny. No, it's too great. No, it's too horny. He has to own part of her podcast or the network that's publishing her podcast. Otherwise,
yo, he said if he too horny. Oh my God.
Nothing makes sense. I will stick on that. Again, I would rather, and I hear the rumblings of people saying, no, Drake is just avoiding hip hop press. Like, people are like, well, yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing with you, Maul, or nobody else. He's just avoiding y'all because he don't want to answer the questions. I don't think that's the case.
This is a man that's in denial. 100%. So let me get this right. you don't think it's the case that he don't want to do nothing with hip hop outlets. There's hundreds of hip hop outlets, right? But he's only did interviews and streams with people who are not of the culture, right? Let's be honest. He streamed with Aiden Ross a couple of times. He streamed with all of those guys on Kick. He streamed with the boy XQC, right? All these people are not of the culture, right? This is what people say. They're not of the culture. Then he did an interview he's doing another interview with this chick here, right? And y'all say all these people are not of the culture, but you saying that you don't think that that's the case. I mean, if you had 3 points of reference and say, you know what, he did do a joint with Kai Cenat. What happened to that? That never happened. He never did nothing with Kai. I think he just used Kai to a certain extent, and that was it. I mean, truth be told, I haven't seen Drake do anything of the culture with anybody right now. Nobody. And then on top of that, he said something about the American artist, American rapper lyricism. We ain't gonna forget that. So I think Academics is he doesn't want this to be, but it is. You know how it is when you find out something and you really don't want it to be like that, but in deep down inside, you know, it's like when someone cheats and you say to yourself, it's no way that they're doing this. It's no way. I do everything right. There's no way that they're actually out here doing this. There's no way. And then you pick up their phone and you see that somebody's texting them or whatever, and you still in denial. Like, no, maybe it's just their friend. Maybe it's just somebody that's just, you know, maybe they gave him a ride. Maybe they're just looking him out. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And this is what I believe he's going through. He's in a state of denial where he thinks that Drake really cares when he don't. If Drake cared, he would have showed some type of love. He ain't showing no love. He ain't showing no love. So you can't say that Drake really cares, or Drake cares about Drake and what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? He's upset, and I'll be honest with y'all, this is just my opinion. Drake is upset with the culture because we allowed Kendrick Lamar to do this to him, and he feels betrayed. Simple as that. Simple as that. He feels betrayed. I mean, do I have to keep saying this? Drake hasn't worked with nobody right now. He hasn't done nothing with nobody for a year outside of that's in the culture. I mean, like a new feature. Nothing. All the other Jones probably was old. And nobody came to his rescue. And I think that really hurted him.
I don't think that's the case. I think he is going to do that in due time. And I want to believe that he has business with this woman. I will say the timing is still horrible. And reading the room is still not the thing that I've said about Drake, especially post beef. He's done accurately. You've been very hip hop your entire career. That's why you've battled. You're gonna have to speak about these things, not just only on a record when convenient. And yes, I do understand that we have unrealistic expectations for Drake compared to other artists. I'm hoping.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by we have unrealistic expectations for Drake? What are you talking about? What unrealistic expectation? We just want Drake to make music, and that's it. We don't want him to talk about the battle. What? We don't want him to do a lawsuit. Drake had it. Drake had it on easy street most of his career. Matter of fact, 100% of his career, all the way up until he battled Kendrick. He had it on easy street. He was on easy mode the whole time. People were saying the stuff was good when it wasn't good. He had fans defending him, like defending his music when they know it wasn't good. He's been on easy street for a long time. I hate when people say this. They had everybody expect what nobody expects nothing from Drake but to sing a couple of times and make a couple of raps, and that's it. What did we expect from him? Nobody expect him to do no type of conscious rap, no type of rap political movements. Nobody's expected Drake to come out and stand up for police brutality. Nobody asked Drake to do none of that. Nobody asked for Drake to be help people be culturally aware of their surroundings. Nobody asked Drake none of that. So when you mean what do you mean by all these high expectations? Why? What? because they say certain things that really ain't that big of a deal. Oh, well, Drake can't be hiding a child. That's the expectation. Come on, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out.
This is just my hope, right? So I'm going twofold. I believe this is a business move for Drake. Still ill-timed, but it's a business move. He has to own part of her podcast. It's no, if Drake don't own part of her podcast, I think he's an idiot. It's just no way that a woman.
Bro, first of all, why the hell would Drake need to own part of her podcast? Drake is one of the biggest artists in the world. Do he need to own a part of her podcast? He could literally go and purchase someone's podcast who is much bigger than her. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I think that, listen, y'all know how I feel about Drake. He's a doodle ball. But I gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? I can't be up here lying. I gotta be real. I think a lot of y'all don't understand how money works and how influence works. Although Drake took a massive L, you have to understand he still has a lot of power and he still has a lot of interest and people still like him. He don't need a Bobby. He don't need no academics. He don't need no Maul. He don't need none of these people. But when you say stuff like he's an idiot if he didn't purchase half her, why? How? Why is he an idiot? He don't need to. He don't need to purchase half or half of why? For what? If she's talentless, then why would he want to purchase? That's a bad investment. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I think that he really genuinely liked the girl. I think he liked her, and I think that's the reason why he's doing what he do. I don't think he really out here for her. I don't think he out here trying to get over. I don't think that. I think he really liked her. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he did 2 interviews. I think she's a safe interviewer for him. He knows that she's like his safe place. You know what I'm saying? He get on an interview with anybody else, they gonna ball him up. He know that. So he's like, well, I can do an interview with her because she gonna give me softballs, whatever, just anything. But I'm just saying, I just don't think that he has to use her to buy her half her. You know what I'm saying? Unless she working for a conglomerate that he could get half. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that that's the case.
That has been dejected from black culture and from urban culture and basically was starting to experience the effects of falling off. And maybe like they wanted to do a rebrand or whatever, or give her like a new like steroid shot. You're doing it twice for her when essentially if she was as talented or she was as demanded or wanted or cared for by the community or by the hip hop sphere, she would be supported. But
again, I have to keep stressing this. She's not hip hop's target audience. Like, bro, this girl just does interviews, whatever. She just does whatever. Hip hop is not her target audience. I know that she did a couple of interviews with some hip hop artists, but you could do interviews with hip hop artists, but that's not your target demographic. Your target demographic could be a bunch of other people. Like for example, Kendrick did Bazaar Magazine or whatever it is called, right? Harper's Bazaar Magazine. He did it, but that's not hip hop. That's not hip hop's target audience, or they don't target hip hop. You get what I'm saying? So when you say stuff like this, oh well, she was ejected out of hip hop and all stuff, like, it really doesn't matter because she really wasn't into hip hop like that anyway. So what? She did a couple of interviews with people. That don't mean that she was into it. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that. But there is a silver lining here, and I'm going to explain how this is all connected. And I think it's kind of crazy.
It's like when people ask me about the Kick situation or why doesn't he stream with you? I don't think Drake wants to stream. I think Drake sees a lucrative dollar sign and he follows the dollar sign to do streaming. And I don't think Drake wants to podcast. I think Drake is podcasting for a business opportunity. It's not even about.
I don't think Drake is streaming for a business opportunity, or if it is maybe through what's name. But if that was the case, then he would still be on Kick. If that was the case. Number two, I think he just likes streaming with the girl.
Are you going to do content with, say, a me or a Mealy Mall or something? It becomes, bro, you got to realize that hip hop and urban culture has dejected this woman.
Now, come on, Ag. We know Drake can own a piece of anybody's podcast that's more famous and makes more money than Bobby. Now, I know Drake's money has been looking a little bit funny lately, but let's be honest here. Drake can go get a bag from a lot of places. Investing in Bobbi Altoff's career is not the place I think Drake is running to for money. Her first podcast obviously failed, so much so she went on to start a new one. I'm not so sure if Bobby generates a lot of revenue. It's completely okay to call a spade a spade. The same way Drake called up Bobby and said, yo, if you want to do an interview, you gotta come to me. He could have easily hit you up and said, yo, Ag, if you want this interview, fly to one of my shows on tour and let's knock it out. Now, Mal from the Rory and Mal podcast also addressed Drake doing an interview with Bobby. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one threw me for a loop. Mal said he does not want to interview Drake. That's right, you guys. The interview that would take his podcast platform to the moon, the most highly anticipated interview in hip-hop, Mal doesn't want it. Here's what he said.
Kendrick need to get up out. You need to get up out just to let Kendrick sit right there. Let me talk to Kendrick.
I would love that. I think that'd be incredible.
Let me talk to Kendrick. I got some questions for Kendrick.
I think that would be great.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask shit Rob ain't gonna ask. Cause me and Kendrick, you know.
I think, I'll be honest with y'all, I think the interview, if Academics or Mal interview Kendrick, it would be much bigger than Drake's interview. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll be 100% honest with y'all. I think that interview would be way bigger than Drake's interview. I think the reason why that is because it would be a true interview. Now, if you put Drake, if I interviewed Drake, it would be much bigger. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even though I got a small channel, it still would be bigger because I know exactly what to ask him. Yeah, and he would stay far away from an interview like me. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm saying, like, it's just different coming from my face than Rob's face.
First of all, I have told you before.
Me and Kendrick are probably the same complexion. This is a little different if I ask him.
Which I want the world to know and appreciate you for this. I've told you off camera, if Drake wants to do an interview with you, that's like, I won't feel away. I don't need to go. I don't need to be there. I don't need to produce anything. Like, go do that. And you have said, which I love you.
Me by myself?
Yeah. Yeah. And you said, no, I would want, which is cool. I'm saying I was leaving us out of it. I want Drake to sit with you. I would want Kendrick to sit with you. I also think people would be surprised. I think you would ask Drake real questions. I don't think it would be what the internet has painted you as, where it would just be getting off Drake, quote unquote, talking points. I think you'd ask him real shit. And I think it'd be in a comfortable environment. And if he wouldn't want me there, I wouldn't feel no fucking way.
Well,
just bring me back some Tim Hortons and, you know, I don't know.
No, I don't think it's
some
a thing
Toronto women
of not wanting you there. I just, you know, I just laugh at certain shit that I read online sometimes, like, because I've never, being honest with you, Rory, I've never thought about sitting and talking to Drake on camera. It's
Why?
never.
The cap gotta, it's gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop this, bro. This is insane, bro. You gotta stop this. You and Academics, y'all gotta stop this. It's making y'all look so bad, like to the point where it's like y'all Drake's protectors now. It's so crazy to see. I swear to you, it's crazy to see. You telling me that you never thought about interviewing Drake on camera. You, Mal. I could have swore it was somewhere where you said that you would interview Drake, somewhere in one of your podcasts. I can't remember. I could have swore you said this before. But you telling me that you wouldn't interview?
Once crossed my mind.
Why is that?
Because, I mean, our conversation and our exchanges are like that of me and any of my other homeboys, where it's like I never thought about having my homeboy in front of a camera asking him the shit that we talk about. So
cut it out, bro. Cut it out, bro. You and Drake are not homeboys, bro. I don't care what you say. I don't care what. I go off of what I see, bro. I don't care. let me explain something to y'all, right? If you a public figure and you a public figure, y'all both public figures. Drake has people he's around all the time, bro. All the time. He has people he around, right? I can't even really say that they're his friends. I can't really say that Chubbs and Baca and all them is his friends. But they're around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? He got pictures with people. He did a picture with OVO, right? They call you OVO Mall. He did a picture with OVO, and then I never seen you in none of his music videos. I never seen you even take a picture with him. I don't know if you even met Drake. Maybe you did. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going off of what I see. I'm telling you, I have friends, and normally my friends check me out. We see each other. We hang out, whatever. Now, you could be doing this behind closed doors. Okay, cool. Right? It could be behind closed doors. But for what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing, he's really not your boy. So when you say, oh, I talk to him like a regular homie in front of, I couldn't sit down and talk to one of my homies the way I talk. What are you talking about? You definitely could talk to him. You don't have to talk to him about personal things, but there is things that people want to hear.
I get Drake is who he is, but I don't look at it through that lens or look at it with that mindset. It's like we speak, we laugh about shit, we talk about shit. He's, trusting me with some of his music and some of, personal shit he's going through. But I think it's that because he knows that I'm not thinking interview. If Drake never sits down on the camera, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Oh, no, but I know that part.
Right, but people don't know that. So I'm saying for people that don't know that. So I've never thought about, oh, damn, I hope he comes sit and talk. That's never once crossed my mind. So
when
you
don't think you have a real relationship with him, that's why. But they think you're doing it to leverage an interview, which I know is
which is fucking crazy. But that's cool. They could think that.
Yeah.
But when I'm...
How is that crazy? How? Y'all don't do nothing together. How is it crazy? I don't understand how you would think that, like, okay, you keep things private. Right? Okay, fine. But you get on here and you talk about it. So it ain't really that private. If you would have said, hey, look, I ain't got nothing to say about Drake. I keep whatever happened between me and Drake, that's it. I don't want to even talk about Drake. But you don't do that. You go in there and talk about how much of y'all friends and he's your boy and he sends you music. You just told us certain things that you said that you wouldn't say, but you just said it. He trusts me with music, even though we don't know what music, but still in all, this is what you said. And you get on there and you defend him over things. But I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think that y'all real friends, because my thing is, I look at it from the point, maybe you're more friends with him than he's with you. Because if you think about it, if I'm Drake, right? If I'm Drake and I see that you have a podcast, and if I'm your real friend, I'm on your podcast. Even I don't have to come on there for an interview. I'm just coming to sit down and we just talk about what's going on in hip hop. That's what I'm doing if I'm your real friend. He's not your real friend. You more friends with him than he's with you. I never see him talk about you. Now, one time I seen him shout you out. Maybe he did. I didn't see it. But I ain't see him say nothing about you in no music, nothing. Fuck Joe Buttons. My nigga Maul is the truth, him and Rory. Never seen that. But you claim that y'all friends. You're delusional. You're delusional like academics. You're just a different type of a delusion. Y'all both delusional.
And if me and you didn't have a podcast together and you putting out dope albums and this, that, and the third, and you had gone through some shit, you my guy, I wouldn't be thinking like, damn, I hope Rory one day wants to come and sit on camera and we could have this. That shit doesn't even cross my mind.
With a real friendship. There's artists that I'm
But now if you say, you know what, I got some shit I want to get off, Maul, and I want to get it off with you.
Pause.
Set up the cameras, pause.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But I'm not, in my mind, that doesn't even... You know what I'm saying? When I see people say, oh, he got to give Maul in. Why? Like, I don't, because truthfully, the things that we talk about, I wouldn't even talk about on camera.
Fair.
I would never ask him that on camera.
Bro, nobody's asking you to do that though. What are you talking about? I'm sure that there's things that that other people do and talk about before they get on camera, I'm sure that that's the case, but nobody's asking you to do that.
You get what I'm saying? Because I just don't think that people are even worth the answer.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Because it's like, okay, even if he says it, even if we get Drake, we get the Drake. Let's paint the scenario for him. Okay. We get the Drake interview.
Gotcha.
We ask every question that's online. Can
we stay in Toronto for the week?
I don't. Wherever. If Drake said, bring the fucking
cameras. That's what I'm trying to leverage it.
To wherever. I wouldn't give a fuck where we go.
Let's do it in Toronto. Even if he's in New York, let's fly to Toronto.
There's things that we've spoken about that I would never ask on camera.
Of course, but I still think there's like basic shit that Bobby's not gonna ask, or it'll be pitched as like a sarcasm. She'll be like, she's like, who's this Kendrick guy?
Okay,
like,
but she'll like, but even if.
All right, so let me cut y'all right there because that's cap. Number one, I could have swore that the chick Bobby was at the Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us video shoot. She was there with YG, right? Wasn't that her? Hold on, let me look and see. Hold on.
Bobby and Bompton with the members. What's bracket? You gotta say what's bracket. Hey, y'all gonna scare her away, blood. Y'all gonna scare her away.
So yeah, that's cap. She definitely was out there. Let's keep going.
Pitched as like a sarcasm. She'll be like, she's like, who's this Kendrick guy?
Okay,
like,
but
she'll like
but
ask
even if she does that, right? Even if she asks the hard-hitting questions, even if she gets to like
Bobby asking her,
I'm just saying,
this could be the pivot. She'd go from that sarcasm, humor shit to fucking Barbara Walters.
We don't know. We don't know the new Bobby. We don't know.
She got a little work done. She looked a little better.
Like, I don't know if she got work done. So you putting that, I don't know about that. What I'm saying is,
she got money.
Is certain shit that I would never ask.
That's my point. Is the stuff that would be fine to ask, I think you would ask. And that's the stuff that people want to hear. The stuff that you know and you know only, just y'all conversations, I don't even think that's the stuff people would even want to hear.
Rory, even in that, you know why it doesn't matter? Because even if he answers the question, you can ask whatever question.
It's never going to be satisfy anyone.
It's not going to satisfy any fucking body, no matter.
That's not the point, though. The point is not to look for satisfaction. The point is looking for clarification. I don't understand why you don't get that. If you interview him, it would be good because you can clarify some things. You could say, well, nobody will be satisfied. Well, guess what? Nobody's ever satisfied. Even with this, nobody's satisfied. So for you to say that, it doesn't make sense. People are looking for clarification. They're not looking to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Some people will be satisfied. You never know. But for you to sit here and say that nobody be satisfied, that's the reason why you don't want to interview him. I just think that that's cap. I think that you don't want to interview him because you know that he don't want to be interviewed by you. I think that's what it is. I think that you're walking on eggshell, your friendship on eggshells. That's what I believe.
What he says, no matter what he does, no matter what album he puts out, people already have in mind that don't like Drake and that don't like. Cool. It doesn't matter what he says. So when people get all worked up about him announcing who he's sitting down talking to, I'm just laughing because I'm like, no matter who he talks to, people are still gonna feel a way about it.
Nah, more.
I'm not rolling with that. I'm not. That's a cop out. I'm not rolling with that. Nah. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna sit here and tell me that the reason why you're doing it because you don't want to do it because it don't matter who he does it with. You the first person to say you don't care about nothing. I remember you saying stuff like that. Now all of a sudden, it's come on, bro, cut it out.
Gotta be trolling us, you guys. There's no way he doesn't see how people would like him to sit down with Drake. We watched you throughout the whole battle campaign for Drake, which is cool because, that's your mans. You broke damn near every Drake news before it happened. Shit, Maul even broke news before Academics did. And now the battle is done, people are asking you, yo, it'll be cool if Drake sat down with you and talked about the whole thing, just like every hip-hop artist does after beefing or rap battling with somebody. Mo doesn't see it. Even your own co-host Rory wants that interview. If I'm Rory, I'm pissed. Bro, this is not about you right now. It's not about what you want to do. It's about doing what's best for our hip-hop podcast and our hip-hop platform. You cannot be too prideful to ask Drake for an interview. I don't care if you guys are boys. I don't care if you guys talk every day. You cannot be too cool for school to get the Drake interview that everybody wants to see. Even if it's not an in-person interview, at least call into my show one time. We see you call into Aiden Ross's stream all the time. Even if it's just to chop it up for like 2 minutes. Bro, something to let us know that this is not a one-sided relationship with you and Drake. You guys know when you bag a girl that's a 10, you tell your homies about her, and they tell you, alright, cool, bring her to the function, and she never shows up, so now your homies think you're lying and she's a catfish? That's what this feels like. If Drake has time to sit with Bobby Althoff for an hour plus, there's no way he does not have time to give you or academics at least 20-30 minutes of conversation. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of?
And that tells you right there what type of person he dealing with. Somebody that won't even sit with you. You could say, oh, we friends. Y'all friends through text message. Y'all ain't no friends. Y'all don't go out. I don't see you with him. Y'all don't go out to eat dinner together. Y'all not out chilling. You ain't at none of his parties. And if you is, why you hiding? I don't agree with that. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. I think a lot of y'all just be straight capping, man. It's crazy to me. The cap gotta stop, man. Y'all be out here, oh, I don't want to interview with him because nobody's gonna be satisfied. He could interview with anybody. Well, guess what? I'll be like, well, I don't care if y'all satisfied or not. I'm gonna ask him some questions and we're gonna talk about this whole battle thing. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. That's what I would do. But it is what it is. Thank y'all for joining me. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Yeah. Before I get out of here. I forgot. Almost forgot. So Bobby Althoff, or whatever her name is, she was at the Not Like Us music video shoot with YG. I noticed that why didn't Drake stop talking to her? Why he ain't stop talking to her? You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was connected or somehow surrounded themselves with Kendrick, he stopped dealing with. But why is he still dealing with her? That's the question I have. Why is Drake still dealing with her when he has not dealt with everybody else? People, he was literally talking about people at the pop out, and she was literally at Kendrick Lamar's video shoot, Not Like Us video shoot. She was really there. I don't know if she was in the video, but she was there. That was the video shoot right there that I showed y'all earlier. That was her, right? That was her. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I just wanted to say that. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye.